My daughter, her first Vernors, and I'm gonna do it right. I'm not gonna give it out of the can or out of the bottle. I'm going to pour it into a glass with some
Mhm,
ice,
mhm,
so that way
mhm,
when she takes a sip, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna
mhm,
it's
mhm.
gonna hit her in the sinuses. All the fizz
Yeah.
is going straight to the brain, right through the nasal passage, right up there. And when she takes a sip, it's gonna burn all the way down, and she might cry. And I'll say, yes, you are now part of the family.
Hello, and thank you very much for downloading this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can download many more episodes at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com.
People are calling this a Star Wars ripoff. People are calling this a Star Trek ripoff. I mean, we're at this day and age where if a movie comes out that's kind of like Star Trek or Star Wars, they're going to call it a ripoff, right? I don't see this movie as a ripoff. I'm really interested to talk about Rebel Moon. Eric, how the hell you doing?
Ripoff is a hard word. Heavily inspired. How about
I
that?
mean, sure.
I
So, I mean,
will.
Star Wars stole stuff, right?
Well, I had said that this movie was Zack Snyder's attempt at taking the politics of Dune and the action of Star Wars and putting that all into slow motion and
Mm-hmm.
seeing what comes up.
Mm-hmm. No, so I mean, gloves are on right now. You said to me off air before watching the movie, Jordan, the movie will only be 45 minutes long if they cut the slow motion.
Jordan, this is
So,
Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. It's
right.
supposed to be in three parts. I have a feeling that this movie is actually supposed to be just one movie, but the Snyder effect puts so much damn slow motion in this that it's now stretched into a day long project, a movie of Part 1, 2, and 3.
I actually kind of disagree with you on this one. The most movie that has the most slow mo would be 300, right? I mean, like this movie wasn't that much. I did not groan at all during the slow mo scenes. There was only a few.
It's The story
They were
did not bother me.
ridiculous.
It was the slow mo and the fight because it was every fight scene, Jordan. Every fight scene, and not even that. There were parts when because there was excessive lens flare with it too,
Yeah.
but there were parts where it would be slow mo, and then during the slow mo, it would get slower.
Yeah, there were some parts like when she was telling her backstory, right? Our main character.
Yeah,
And she was, going her backstory and she was talking about the battles and stuff that she's had. Yes, there was some slow-mo stuff, but it didn't kill it for me. It didn't kill it for me. I had no idea this movie existed until 3 weeks ago.
it was getting a lot of buzz. It was Netflix, their top viewed when it came out.
So I did not think the slow-mo was that bad though. I mean, like I was more irritated in 300 than what I was in this movie. Um I actually kind of want to backtrack though and tell you that I was saying off air to you too that Zack Snyder makes crap because of the recent events. I completely forgot he made one of my top 100 films of Watchmen. I mean, that's a really really good movie.
Oh, you mean when the entire opening card was all slow mo?
Yeah, but it was a good movie. Tell me that Watchmen's not a great movie.
I enjoyed Watchmen, but it really is. I hate to say anyone who any, takes offense to this. It's one of those movies that I'm not gonna watch again. I
Oh,
enjoyed
really?
it.
Yeah. Okay.
I enjoyed it for the first time that I watched it. If it's on again, keep it on. I listen. I love me some Patrick Wilson. I think everyone knows that. But sometimes Zack Snyder movies just drag. They just drag because he wants to put everything in there, and I get it. Like that's his what his vision is. He really wants to do that. That Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole,
Hmm.
like sometimes it just drags, man. And this movie, to me, Rebel Moon was one of those movies where it's just like I'm waiting for. I already know what's going to happen, Zach, and you're giving me another half an hour until we get there. But we already know what's going to happen, so like, hurry up, man. Let's. Can we get to some more meat here? Like you're just giving me appetizers.
I don't think he's a very good storyteller. I also think that he gets the golden microphone, doesn't it? The golden headphones. Because we did Batman versus Superman Snyderverse. We
Army of the
did
Dead.
Army of the Dead, and now this one. Okay, so let's go into this. Okay, so you one more thing about off-air talk. You said, Jordan, I had to watch subtitles. I didn't understand the beginning. So knowing that, I turned subtitles on, and we sat down. It's on Netflix, everybody, and I said, okay, sweetheart, to my wife, we're gonna watch this Rebel Moon movie. We're gonna Blade Runner this. She goes, oh, so it's gonna be like 4 days, maybe. Eric said it's a chore. We'll see what happens. So we turn it on a Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, and we watch 40 minutes of it, the first part, if you will. And I turned the subtitles on. We had to go back because I was like, screw Eric. He's just getting old. He's 2 years older than me. You know, he's going deaf. I was like, oh my, I can't hear this. Eric is right. So we went back to the very beginning again of the slow-mo of the theft from Star Wars: A New Hope, right? The slow-mo of the spaceship.
Yep, the ship.
Right. And I had to slow-mo it. So I'm going to murder this. But a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was this kingdom, this motherland world.
Motherworld, yes.
Motherworld. And they had a king and queen, and they went to different planets and conquered different planets, a la England, blah, blah, blah. And eventually, their own cabinet people assassinated them, and now the Empire has taken over.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're going to all these other planets that they haven't taken over and just murdering people because they can. I mean, that's what the opening was saying, right? Essentially.
Yeah, and their Darth Vader is a guy named Atticus Noble.
Yeah. So do you know who this is? We reviewed him like when we first started podcasting.
Oh yeah, he's been around. He's
Ajax.
Yeah.
He's Ajax.
Ed Screen or whatever his name is. There are certain people who just have the villainous look about them. He's one of those.
Him. Yeah, no, he's them. Definitely him. There's a Darth Vader moment that I was disappointed on. But that's the nutshell in the story. And then all of a sudden we get thrown into this farm plant. Not a farm plant. That's the different thing about this movie than Star Wars, right? Because Star Wars, the planets made sense. All the planets had a theme, right? This planet is a forest planet. This planet is a mining planet. This planet is a big giant city, right? Every planet had a thing. This one, I don't know if they went to different planets all the time or not, but they're on one little section of a planet, and they're like corn farmers.
It's a moon, Jordan.
Oh, it's a moon. Was it Jupiter's moon? Because when she looked out the
distance. What kind of moon is it?
It's the farthest moon of Endor.
No, say it. Say the title of the movie.
Rebel moon.
It's a rebel moon. Yes.
It's a rebel.
Where the rebels are. They're all on the moon.
They're all on that moon.
Well,
serious?
It's just some rebels are on that moon.
Okay. So, what's the name of our heroine? Who's our main actress? What is her character?
Cora.
Cora used to be a part of the Rebel. No, sorry. She used to be a part
of the Empire.
Part of the
Motherworld Empire.
Motherworld. So.
See, yeah, right.
Yeah. I do, but then people also, Star Wars stole from Buck Rogers. I don't want to be this way, but I have to. So Cora, I like her backstory more than her rest of her journey because my God, she is flat. This is not a good actress.
I'm the one that thinks that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
keep going.
She's a bad actress. I liked her story, right? Because I like to see the scenes of her, and Cora, the main woman who is living on this rebel moon, if you will, who was with a bunch of farmers, who's hiding amongst these farmers. Her backstory, we find out in the middle of the movie, but we're telling it now, is that her planet was destroyed by the mother world. And this evil general, Thanos, if you will, because that's straight from that scene, right? And what the scene I'm talking about is, picture this. Thanos, the evil head general guy, finds a little girl and not to kill her, decides to embrace her and train her as his own assassin. Mm-hmm. That's Thanos, right?
Yep.
Okay. So she gets trained, she forgets all about her home world, and she's like, one of the top like mercenary assassin. Like she's just an awesome soldier.
Yeah.
And she had a love interest. He died in battle. We find out that the king and queen had a daughter, and she was supposed to bring balance to the force. This is true, right? This is what
Yeah.
it's true. She was supposed to bring balance to the force. So Cora was there to. She was her bodyguard, but along with the king and queen, allegedly, the Skywalker kid gets killed allegedly. No body, no death, though. We don't know this for a fact.
What Skywalker
Right?
did you talk about?
The daughter,
Oh,
the
yes.
daughter of the king and queen, who was going to bring balance to the force.
Yes, Cora, yes.
They say that Cora was that girl's bodyguard, but we never saw the daughter's body, so we don't know if she actually is dead or not.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear more about it in part 2.
Right. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Cora, the main girl, our star, after the assassination, travels, becomes a nomad, and now she's farming on this planet, which is a bunch of Vikings, right? I mean, that's what these people kind of remind me, especially the leader. I was like, oh, he should be in the show Vikings, not should be in this movie. Are you rolling your eyes at this? I used to be a part of the Empire. I mean, it's Finn's story, right? So, are you with it? Or are you against it at this point? Where are you at before the bad guys come?
I don't mind the story of the forgotten elite warrior or the renegade gone rogue, person who's had a change of heart. They realize that what they're doing is not what they are meant to be doing, that they were brought into a life that is not theirs, and they rebel and they choose something. We've heard this story many times, whether it be
Sure.
in space, whether it be in a cave, underwater, wherever. We've seen this story many times. So yeah, am I kind of rolling at this part a little bit, just because again, we've seen so many similar types to this. It's just the start of a hero's journey, right? The same part, the person who is inevitably going to be the chosen one and has all the powers and the skills, yada yada yada. Okay, listen, I'm there. Yeah, I know what that book looks like. Keep going. Maybe you can sell me a little bit more on it.
Right.
And it really didn't continue to do that. The farmers kind of bothered me a little bit. I understand, though, maybe it's just the action, maybe it's just the execution, or maybe it's just the guy Gunner himself, who seems like he's got something to hide. There's a lot of people that just say, these people don't look like farmers. But Cora brought up a good point, because as they're on this farm, the Empire, if we want to call them that, comes to do their conquering. Just as they normally would. They're just doing their thing, and so they come down on this moon, and they say, hey, we're military, and we want your food to feed our numbers. And these farmers feel like they can appeal to the human part of them and try to make a bargain with them, right? Which ends up in the death of their leader, who was the Wasp and Ant-Man, or no, the Yellow Jacket. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know him from House of Cards. Anyway, he gets killed, and even after he gets killed, the farmers were still trying to think, oh, well, if we give them a deal that's too good to refuse, then they will work with us. I liked that Cora had the common sense. It's like, no, they killed your leader in front of you. There's no negotiations here. This is a conquering class. They're going to come over, and they will not care. And they leave troops on that moon to facilitate this takeover a bit more, the slow burn takeover. And this is where it gets picked up, the move, a bit more, just because the soldiers aren't playing nice. They're starting to get a little handsy with one of the handmaidens there, and a little bit too starting to get dangerous, in which Cora has to come in and save. The girl ends up killing them, and once you do that, there's no going back. She's like, hey, it was either us or them. You guys need to know that you need to fight because they're not going to let you do anything else.
Right.
You need to fight back. So I'm board with this part. Okay, good. We've already kicked this, jumpstart this a bit more in. Now there's principle here. Now you've had this person who is a warrior showing these people the way a bit more. But now we have this side quest of Korra trying to say, well, we need more people. Let's go try to recruit more.
Okay,
Which
so
is what this movie was, right?
Right, it was a recruitment movie. I didn't know it was going to turn into that. So, right, two things: the soldiers that are left behind, they introduce C-3PO, this lovable robot who they make a comment, and I didn't rewind it, but something about how these things were like killer androids, if you will, but then it was programmed to be as cuddly as a puppy, RoboCop 2 reference, and he doesn't come back until the end, which I was upset about because I actually dug this robot.
It was a warbot reprogrammed for utility.
Right. I just want to say this because it's
by
annoying.
The way, voiced by Anthony Hopkins. Go ahead.
Is that who that is?
Yes.
The robot's Anthony
The
Hopkins?
old robot Jimmy is Anthony Hopkins.
I didn't know that. I saw him in the credits. I was like, is he just the voice? Anyway, I find it annoying when the bad soldiers come to the town in all these movies, and the first thing they do is get a good old-fashioned gangbang. I hate that.
Yeah, we see that a lot, whether it be this or like colonial soldiers or like even pirates.
Right.
Hey, darling, can I get a drink? Sit on my lap. It's like, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, like, regardless, like, it's what I mean by that is I'm not trying to mask that these things did happen or continue to happen. What I'm saying is that the only way that you, as a filmmaker, are telling us that these soldiers are bad guys is by the gangbang, meaning that they steal a woman and they try to rape her. Mm-hmm. That's your only thing. Like, maybe some soldiers are good. We get one soldier that's kind of like standing up against them, going, "I don't know about that," right? But it's like, it's why? I mean, give me something else, right? Have them go to the local pub and order drinks and then say, "We're not paying for this tab." Okay, do that. Why go for the rape? It just annoys me. It's like, come up with something more clever than that.
Yeah. If you're going to be a threat in these guys doing that, I would think that maybe just slowly having them take over rather than it just being that. Just the violation of...
Just a complete, what's that, what was that Michael J. Fox movie? Casualties of War. It's like, what is this trying to be? Casualty of War? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, come on. And then, of course, none of the townsfolk come in to help save the day with their pitchforks until the robot and Korra do all the guys in, right? Kill all the guys. Hey, get your hands off of her, you damn dirty ape. And,
yes.
I'm doing a lot of references tonight, aren't I?
That's what all this movie is.
Right. So then Korra gets the one dude. Who's the dude that goes with her? The dude that pretty much got the leader killed?
Gunner is his name.
Gunner.
And he was from Haunting a Hill House, right?
He looks familiar as heck.
Yeah, he was definitely he was in Game of Thrones. I know you didn't watch that show at all.
Right.
Yeah, he was in The Haunting of Hill House. He played one of the siblings.
Okay.
The elder sibling, I believe.
I don't trust Gunner.
He
has this look. That he knows something that we don't know yet. But Gunner, I actually blame for the death of the Viking leader, right? Because the Viking leader is like, hey, we don't have anything. We don't have nothing. Like, we're just petty farmers. Why are you worrying about us? Go to the city. Go to Mos Eisley down the road. That's where they go. I'm sorry. This is all episode. If you're a super nerd like Eric and I, people that are listening, you'll get some of these, if not all of these jokes. If you're not, I'm sorry. But yeah, so then he's like, no, wait a minute. Gunner says, we do have a surplus that we could do. So then Darth Vader, this guy, what's the guy's name?
Atticus Noble.
Atticus Noble. who has a weird tentacle scene that I want to talk about.
You don't want to talk about how we're in the space future or whatever, and this guy's wearing a tie. He's a button down and a tie.
Look, we're in space future, and this guy is a Nazi. Tell me he's not.
He looks like Mr. Smith. What are you talking about?
No, this guy looks like a Nazi.
Well,
yes,
he does,
I know he has a
later,
tie.
He does later on, yes.
Later on, he looks like Mr. Smith. In the beginning of this movie, he has the Nazi garb, man. He has the long coat. He has the fancy hat. This guy shows up to the village looking straight up Adolf. And I'm like, oh, okay. These are Nazis. Another Star Wars
And
thing.
he's got like a golden femur as a weapon
Right.
or something.
It's like he has a club, right? So Gunner.
It looked like a bone, but yeah.
Yeah, like
a blunt object, yes.
He killed it from I don't know.
No, you're.
I was gonna do a Star Wars reference. But anyway, so yeah, so this movie turns out. Oh, I was gonna say the Abominable Snowman, but whatever that one's called.
Yeah.
So, oh no, a Rancor bone. That'd be better. A Rancor
Hey,
bone.
there you go.
The same bone that Luke used to pry the jaws open. So now this movie turns into we got to get our band of soldiers together. May I ask a question before we get into the nuts and bolts of everything?
I didn't know we weren't already in the nuts and bolts, but go ahead.
Well, I mean the rest of the plot. But we see from the clouds, right, this giant spaceship, right? Korra, who used to fight for these people, says, we need to go find soldiers to help us fight against them. Couldn't they just press a little button and just wipe everything out from the spaceship above?
I always thought that. Thank you, Jordan. It was this any type of sort of weird alien conquer movie. It always baffled me that these people have clearly superior technology, and yet they still prefer boots on the ground and pew pew lasers. A lot of these movies. You know, what was another one that did? A Cowboy is in Aliens.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah, it's just like, why even entertain the idea, Aliens? Just, you have the means to just completely neutralize everything. It really bothered me. You know what, actually, who did it well was Star Trek, when they would camouflage. And that's how you do it. You hide in plain sight. But
so are you telling me that Independence Day got it right?
Yes and no, because, again, they have the technology clearly to wipe out a huge area.
They did.
Right?
They did.
Their whole motivation was just to kill and dominate and just go from planet to planet and just conquer. And I get that type of thing. But if you have a mothership like that, can't you just take like 100 something, 500 something of those ships, just go into like the stratosphere? You don't have to go right down. You could just do it from a distance. There's so many different ways. I agree with you completely, though.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm getting at, because I didn't understand this.
If the goal is just to kill and conquer, then why go through all this? They must be searching for something, and that may be what it is.
I don't think it's to kill and conquer. I think it's just fear tactics and being bullies. But I'm sorry, what's the Darth Vader name again?
Atticus.
Couldn't Atticus, last little tidbit, couldn't he just couldn't he just get on his little ship, go up to the mothership that's floating over the village, like the farm village, and just say to like the commander, hey, they're being jerks, press the red button, and then pew, done. Mini nuke, done. Because we see that towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, I again in this movie too, which really always is the thing. Zach, answer me this. Fan of the show, I know you're listening right now. If you're introducing all these different types of weapons, whether they're not lightsabers or like heat swords or something like that, and then why are we still using guns?
Right. Well, I mean, like they're laser guns though.
Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. Yep, they're laser guns.
Yeah, the lasers go through you. They have a burn, like in Star Wars and Star Trek. It's fine.
And some people live, some people don't. It depends on who got shot where, obviously.
Right, obviously, yes. So that's my grip. Okay, so now this is becoming the band of warriors. Korra and Gunnar go to Mos Eisley, which is another small little city outside of the farm, and this is where they meet a scruffy nerf herder, uh, dude
Kai.
from Kai, who is from Sons of Anarchy, I believe, right?
Charlie Hunnam.
Right. And this is where you meet a fat homosexual, not homosexual alien, because they're not the same species. What I mean by that is why I say that, folks, if you haven't seen this, what the movie yet, is they go to a bar. Gunnar and Korra go to a bar, and there's all these different kinds of space creatures, just like in A New Hope, right?
Yeah, the cantina.
And they go and they order a drink, and they have a drink, and then this really big fat, it's a guy in a suit. It's like a humanoid alien, right? And he comes up and he says, how much to Korra? He says, how much for this guy? You know, I want to take him upstairs. And she's like, he's not for sale. Leave us alone. And then this humanoid alien grabs Gunnar's genitals. And right? He does. He does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, what kind of movie is this? Right? And then they beat him up. And then this guy brings back his goons, and we get a nice little shootout, and the scruffy nerf herder helps save the day.
I feel
Right?
like Zach was trying to do opposite cantina. Instead of the heroes going to the bar and someone goes, he doesn't like you. I don't like you either. It's going to be, hey, he likes you, and I really like you.
Yeah, dude, that was weird. Like, I just, not uncomfortable weird, like
And
just
I'll
like
pay for your company. Yes.
because there were two scenes in this movie about sexuality that just made me scratch my head. Because one of the things that I brought to my wife about this humanoid gay alien, I guess, is that it's not homosexuality because it's not the same species, right?
We don't know, but listen, this is not.
They're not the same species.
I'm not going to answer that question, Jordan. This is coming from a person who we reviewed earlier, where alien zombies had sex and produced a baby alien
Yes.
zombie in Army
Yes.
of the Dead. Thank you, Zach, for putting that image into everyone's head and not giving any answer to that.
He did it twice. Remember, he did that in Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, geez. Well, that one was at least explained, right? Someone who's pregnant gets infected with that, and
Okay.
then Mekhi Phifer trying to keep her alive. I understand that. That Army of the Dead
Okay.
one. All right, we're going back
Anyway,
to Zack Snyder stuff.
So, Scruffy nerf herder, right? That's who this guy is, right? This guy's Han Solo.
It is now.
Right. Tell me he's not. Tell me that this blonde, good-looking guy is not Han Solo, right?
Yeah. No,
He has the ship. They meet him at the cantina. We go, and now we're gonna go to a mining, not a planet. Do they go to another planet?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Another
they
moon,
go.
maybe another rebel moon.
They go to another rebel moon, and they land on this mining planet, and then Zack Snyder, after he took his son down from the ceiling. Did you get the joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you did, because he put anyway. Takes his son down the ceiling, and he goes, "You know what? I'm writing this Rebel Moon story, and I want to do."
That's dark, Jordan.
It is dark. It's dark. Oh wow, I'm gonna sleep tonight. What is? Oh shoot, dude, you're gonna make fun of me so bad. What is the famous movie from the '70s where you have Medusa at the end?
The Perseus.
Yeah, that's you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Is it? That's not Jason and the Argonauts.
No, it's something else.
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, remember Clash of the Titans when we had Medusa? Let's do that, but half woman, half spider. So he goes to this mining thing and he meets this Asian woman. And this Asian woman's like queen or like just knows the area.
Mm-hmm.
And the band of misfit toys are like, hey, you're a great soldier. We need your help. And she's like, hold on, I got to do something else. And then she goes into this this big, I don't know, like this, I don't know what you want to call it. She goes into this thing and there's webs everywhere, and this spider's coming down carrying a child, like this woman spider. I don't understand this conflict. So this half spider, half woman, this was her planet before the miners came.
Yeah. It's a side quest, basically.
Right, it's a side quest. Yeah, it's a side quest from Diablo 4.
Yeah.
This was her planet, And because of all the pollution, she can't have children, the Spider Woman. So she, in return, is going to eat everybody else's children.
It's her revenge, yeah.
Question: she's huge. There's no, I don't know, small vents that she can fit into. How is she stealing these children? I mean, these are questions that I think about necessarily that you do, but do the children sleep in bed and then she hum
They
little
come at
something,
night.
right? Did you roll your eyes? I did roll my eyes on this half
The
woman.
entire movie, Jordan. My eyes hurt.
I know, but for this part, I mean, like, was it Clash of the Titans? Like, was this them getting Medusa's head? Like, that's what
No,
this was.
these are clear pawn baddies in here to highlight how badass the new recruits they are going to get are.
Okay.
So, because they had that, the one Nemesis is her name. She's a double swords
Right,
lady.
and the one that killed the spider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, you have these easily defeatable bad guys who are there only to display the power of the heroes in how cool and awesome they are. It's
It was a cool fight scene.
not a new concept. We've seen it many a time before.
Right. So then we go to see a famous general, clearly in the Roman Colosseum, drunk as a skunk with a beard, with a shirt off. And my wife goes, "Oh, that's," and I said, "It's not Samuel L. Jackson." She was like, "Oh," and I knew exactly what she was going to say. We have seen this guy 1,000 times, and I never know his name.
The character is Titus. The actor is Digimon Hanso.
You have seen him, everybody.
He was came on the map because of Amistad, but he's been in many other things.
Was he the main dude in Amistad? He was,
Yes,
wasn't
he was the main.
Yeah, he was the main dude. So he's this general that is a drunkard that doesn't fight anymore because he sent all of his soldiers to battle and they all died, and now he doesn't want to live anymore because his soldiers die. So this is his redemption story.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to one more group. We go to Squid Planet, right? I don't know. What are these things? I don't know. But they meet this Squid King. They go to Gungans. That's who they go. And I mean, I'm seriously, dude.
You missed the guy who lost his shirt. He had the 8-pack. Turok.
Oh yeah, I
The
completely
dinosaur
forgot about that guy's forgettable.
His name's Tarek,
So-
by the way.
Okay, so
he's a beast tamer, and he's blacksmithing to work off of a debt, and I have to stay here to work off a debt. And then the owner comes in and is like, "Oh yeah, well you can go if you just tame that beast right there," in which he does very easily in slow-mo after slow-mo after slow-mo after slow-mo scene.
I'm going to call him Turok because of the game.
As you should.
And I thought nothing more than Avatar.
Yep.
This guy had to tame, because remember we reviewed Avatar 2 this past summer, and I've never seen the first Avatar. So we watched that to prepare. Remember all that?
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is Avatar. This he has to tame this mythical wild beast. I skipped over him because I completely forgot about him until you said something.
Yeah, he's
very forgettable.
what those washboard abs, man.
You forgot about him too.
I dream about those abs. They looked fantastic. This man obviously has not had a drink of water for weeks. He's been dehydrating himself for this movie.
I love how they go to the guy, like his owner, if you will. Like they go to Watu, right? And they're like, they're just like, hey, we need this guy. And then Watu's like, if he can win the pod race, then he may be set free, you know? And that's exactly what this was. I'm sorry, this is me all night.
You don't need to apologize for any of this because
this
again,
is
they
me
do all of this just boom, 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 and then after all this, then they recruit more. They get the brother and the sister.
That's what I was gonna go to. That's what I was going to, right? So they go to the Squid Planet. They go to Gungans, and they talk to the king. And the king's like, "Oh, I'm gonna summon these Native Americans because that's what these people are." I mean, that's who they are, right? They're native. And this brother and sister have this rebellion, and they're like, "Hey, my sister's not going to fight with these people, but I will. Who will join me? And then, like, I don't know, like 10 people go.
Yeah.
And of course, the first thing I say to myself is, oh, more bodies. This is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
A lot of death, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now the end happens, and the end's going to go a while. I'm sorry. Shoot. I want to talk about this before I get into the end. I'm so sorry. Remember how I told you when we talked about the gay alien?
Yeah.
And then I said there was 2 scenes that were really sexualized. I don't understand. What was with Darth Vader getting raped by tentacles?
That's how I'm assuming that
No.
the Empire. What? What do you mean? What? No, they're like
That's his sex slave, dude.
it's like the bio chamber thing. that
No,
he's trying to-
dude.
What do you mean? Go ahead.
No, okay. I'm gonna paint the scene, right? He's in this chair and he does like some sort of a drug, right?
Yeah.
He like connects him to some sort of drug.
And you can tell that he's got marks, hickeys all over him.
He has hickeys all over him, right? But he has this one like matrix plug thing on his skin that gives him a drug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude walks in, starts talking to him. He's like, "Man, you destroyed my drug," right? But he didn't really say that. But he starts talking to him, and then he's walking with his shirt off towards these tentacles. And when he gets closer to these tentacles, all we see are tentacles. And he gets closer to it, and they start wrapping these tentacles around him a little sensually. And then one kind of bites him, like kind of like bites the nipple, and he goes, "Oh," like that kind of, right? And then the scene cuts. I'm like, is this guy getting butt fucked by tentacles? I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's because at the end, to spoil it, when he dies but doesn't die and gets rejuvenated, we find that he's like an android.
No, dude, come on.
What do you mean? Why are you telling me come on? You tell Zack Snyder come on.
No, I am telling Snyder come on because these are living tentacles that are doing sexual acts to this guy.
They're obviously like siphoning out the old and giving the new.
Maybe I saw something I did.
No,
okay,
but you're right because it's like, well, why would that happen? But then we see at the end when Korra kills Atticus and she boom, hit, shoot, stab, all this other stuff as heroes do, and then he falls off the ledge in a very cliche way. And as soon as he does, classic movie guys are like, oh, he's still alive.
Yeah. My wife called it out. She goes, "No body, no death."
No body, no death. So they pick him up, and then they do the whole Matrix thing all over again.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I saw 2 different things. So I'm just like, that was weird. But going back to the end,
if it was sexual, it might have been a better story there, Jordan.
it was interesting because I'm just like, okay, all right, Zach, what are you trying to say? But okay, so now we get the end, right? So they're going to go back to the farm, right? We got all of our recruits, we're ready to go. This band of rebels, if you were, this band of misfits, somehow are going to destroy Motherland ship and General Zod there. It's not happening. It's not going to happen to get there. But then the scruffy nerf herder, right, says, "Hey, I got to make a stop. I have changed my ways, and we got to make a stop so that I can pay back a debt."
Mm-hmm.
And right there, as soon as he says, I was like, "Oh, well, don't trust this guy. Don't do that. This guy's going to betray you. That's exactly what's going to happen."
Yep.
And she's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, we could so do that. We could so stop at a random planet, not a big deal, and we can pay off your debt." And they get to the planet, and of course, it was an ambush. And then they actually have a cool thing that I will say is kind of cool, right? To kind of like subdued, like bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Empire does. They have like this walking spider thing that it raises up. Kind of looks like one of those sculptures from Beetlejuice.
Thank you. Yes, you're right on.
Okay.
Right on it, Jordan.
Okay. And then like it traps them and it like paralyzes them, and they have this gun that goes into the back, and it's paralyzes them. Blah blah.
The Matrix part where you can just kind of sever the stem there.
Right. I spilled my beer. I'm such a simp. But anyway, so of course the guy's like, "Hey, we got to go back to help." He's the one that betrays them, and then somehow they escape. How do they escape? Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it
They
doesn't
escaped.
matter.
It doesn't matter. And then the brother of the Native American group is spraying his mouth full of silver spray paint
Witness
to go
me.
and jump slow mo. Valhalla. That's exactly what that was from.
Yes. He makes the ultimate sacrifice.
Right, and then your gripes, right? Like, why is this bad guy wearing a suit and tie? Well, a white shirt and tie in this future gets into a fight with Cora, right? On a platform, we get the slow mo of the teeth getting knocked out. Dude falls. My wife says, "What's the movie guy rule? No body, no death." And I was like, "What? You think he's gonna live?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he did. He comes back. And this is where we think in the movie. I was like, "Oh, he's Darth Vader, right?"
Hmm.
This is where he's gonna get like medical, like not medical. This is where we get like mechanical stuff put on him. I mean, this is the moment, right?
Yeah. This the
No,
Anakin
they just-
part, yeah.
No, what they do is they put him to another dimension, to the actual general who's.
No, they plug him into the Matrix while he's getting repaired.
Is that what that was?
That's what I took from it. And he talks to his superior, and he says, "Hey, guess who I found in my conquering? I found your daughter." And the leader was just like, "Yeah, well, you think that's what I wanted? I wanted you to do this instead." And kind
Right.
of dismisses him and says, "Don't talk to me until you've done your mission," type of thing, and sends him back to reality with a new robotic body. And yeah, it's almost like he's been cloned, like kind of like Sixth Day type of thing, where Atticus's person has been saved into the mainframe, if you will, and every time he dies, they just throw in a new body.
And don't you know in this Sixth Day that it's a clone by either like something behind
The
the ears,
eyes.
like in the eye?
It's the
Yeah,
eyes,
the
yeah.
Sixth Day because the eye. So I was waiting for that to happen. So yeah, they didn't have the Darth Vader moment, right? The end was like crazy chaotic. Like I said, like the Native American guy died. I didn't want him to die because I was like,
Listen, when that guy died, and then the sister did. This movie's so cliche, and this is why I was eye rolling. And no, and she screams, and then suddenly now she's hyper accurate with all of her shots. Now, like that's what it
I
took.
mean, Eric. I mean, let's be honest. If you and I were in battle and you got your head blown off, I would probably scream no to the heavens and then shoot some people.
Yeah, well, that'd be a good way for me to get shot because I'd turn around just screaming. It's like, oh well, we know where he is now because he's screaming right there, and now he's just he's now taken out of his cover and completely exposed himself trying to shoot us. And
Right.
geez, there's so many times here too where like Cora is like screaming and she's running towards Atticus, and it's like there's a whole army of people just shooting around you, and they are just missing everything. What
Well,
is
stormtroopers
going
miss.
on? I don't even. They were told to miss. These people just suck. And you're on like a dock too. You're on like a loading dock in this
Right.
trading post area. It's not like an open field or anything. It's a channel. It's a hallway. Shoot.
Yeah.
You got 25 degrees of of a vision here where you can go from left to right. There's not a whole
Right.
lot here. There's no one behind you. Go ahead.
Another question is, did the Han Solo guy die? Because Gunner gets him. He puts that spike under his chin and he shoots.
Yeah.
So, is that Han Solo guy dead, or is he not?
I thought he got out of there.
No, dude. Freaking Gunner like puts his arm around him and puts that spike.
Oh,
under
Gunner.
his-
That's right. Gunner killed Kai.
Okay, so he did kill him. That is official.
That's what we know so far.
Okay, well you're not going to hire that guy to play just okay, whatever.
Well, I would think that if they brought Atticus back in that way, then they could probably bring Kai back in the same way as well.
Yeah, they're going to bring Kai back, right, for part 2. So then, we go back to the Rebel Moon, right? We are here, and we're ready to farm, and the crops have grown, and the robot has a crown of thorns. I'm not making that up.
Mm-hmm.
End of movie.
And
And I was like, that's the end? And I was like, oh, that's right. There's 3 parts, which means Movie Guy World, we're reviewing the sequel in, like, April.
yeah.
When it comes out. We're gonna watch all 3 of these movies, bud.
Listen, okay, I'm ready for it. Hopefully it gets better. But honestly, it wasn't the story that bothered me. It was the slow-mo, and it was the god-awful acting from these people. Either it was dry as toast, or these people were acting in a different movie. I don't even understand. It felt like Titus was still playing the same guy from Gladiator.
Nice. Yeah, because that's where he got pulled out of.
Yeah.
He was in a Roman Coliseum, Eric.
Yeah, it sounds like. And then Charlie Hunnam, just plays Charlie Hunnam. He plays
The same guy.
Yeah, you might as well just put Owen Wilson in there.
Right. Wow.
Wow.
Right. Popcorn, right? So our popcorn rating. You're gonna fight me on this one. I'm actually giving this one a medium.
Okay.
The reason why I give it a medium is because I forgive the slow-mo, because I disagree with you. I feel that there's more slow-mo in 300. I don't think it was overindulged. This movie shocked me because I thought it was going to take me 3 to 4 days to watch it, and I watched it in 2. I mean, there is stuff here, right, for the RPG fans of the world, right? You got to go here to do this quest, to kill this boss, to do this. I mean, it hit the beats. This is better than Army of the Dead, which I trashed. Not Army of the Dead. Yeah, Army of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
This is better than that movie. I mean, it's why I give it a medium, because I don't personally think it's as bad as people think it is. If you are a sci-fi fan, give it a watch. If you like sci-fi, if you like Dune, you'll like this. It's
That's not
it's
true.
it is.
I love Dune. I do not like this.
It's your poor man's Dune. It's your Dune for dummies. It's your frat boy Dune.
No,
you know what I mean?
This is Dune for 13-year-olds who couldn't understand Dune.
Right. So, it did its job, right? It's fine. I'm not going to give it a small. I'm not going to give it a no bag. I was disappointed in a few things, but I can say that I'm at least interested to see what the sequel is going to do. Now, maybe when we do the sequel, it's going to be a no bag or a bag of kernels, but right now, this one, I have seen worse.
Okay.
You have seen worse too.
I
this
have.
genre. You've seen worse.
I'm still gonna give this a no bag for
A
now.
no bag.
For now, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I will tell everybody that when we see parts 2 and 3, I could totally change everything. I understand that completely. I want to actually be convinced of something else. But from what I saw, this movie felt like Zack Snyder was appealing to a teenage boy, and this movie felt like the opening of a video game. This movie was the cinematics of a video game. That's all it was.
Okay.
That's what I feel like what this was, and I just didn't like the way that it ended with the pan out of the 6 heroes on the ledge looking down, going, "Well, I guess this is that thing." I wanted more. I felt like there was a lot of opportunity for them to do a lot more. In these characters, there's little to no arc in any of them. We don't know anything about them, and they are easily able to accomplish any obstacle that goes for them. I'm just not with this movie yet. I'm not sold on it. I don't see any appeal to this. If this was a series, this might have a bit more time. Give me a 10-episode series on that. That's great. So we can maybe focus a bit more on these characters. But you threw these characters at us real fast. You threw this story at us real fast. You didn't give us time to have any dialogue as to what is going on. You just went straight into the action and said, screw it. Here comes the swords. Here comes the guns. We don't need to ask questions. Bang, bang, pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Wrap it up. Roll credits. See you part 2. I'm just let down. Maybe my expectations were too high in the movie, or maybe I've just seen too many sci-fi movies to where we're comparing this to everything else. This wasn't the movie that I thought it was going to be.
This movie is exactly what I thought it was going to be, and that's why I think am the way I am. I think that Zack Snyder has some low beats, right? I mean, what was the blunder after 300 that he made that was like a Sucker Punch?
Okay.
He made Sucker Punch, which was terrible, in my opinion. And Army of the Dead is terrible. And I don't care what the fanboys said. Snyder cut. No, it's still a douchey film. My opinion.
Yeah.
Right? So I press play going, give me something better than what you have done. And in my opinion, he has given me better than Snyder cut, than Army of the Dead. Like, he is not Watchmen territory, but he's at least Dawn of the Dead territory. And I like that Dawn of the Dead remake. It's stupid. You shut your brain off, eat some popcorn. You know what I mean? So that's where this movie is for me. It's like, just shut your brain off. Have some sci-fi. You've seen it before. You've had fun watching it. Hey, look at that guy with the washboard abs. He's taming a beast. You know, I mean, junk food.
Totally.
And sometimes junk food is fine.
And maybe, you know what, and right again with you to repeat it, when we get 2 and 3, I hope that I can change my beat and be like, okay, now I get it. It took me a while, and now I'm on board. Until then,
We'll see.
If this movie, from what I see, I have to only it to go off of.
Fine. Yeah, fair enough. Well, medium for me. This is for the first time in a long time, Eric, that you and I have been completely opposite, right? You know, yeah, I say medium, you say no bag. Wow, you can't get any more opposite than that.
Yeah, I really just.
But I went in turning my brain off.
Yeah.
I just went in and went, okay, let's get stupid. And I got, and I got silly. I got the stanky leg going. I was doing the Dougie. Just like, God, this is stupid. And I'm enjoying stupidity. Once in a while, you got to watch it. But that concludes our episode review of Rebel Moon. Eric, thanks so much for joining me. And making sure to check us out at Movie Guys Podcast at podbay.com or wherever you get your podcast from. We are on, of course. And we'll be back next Thursday, like always, for another awesome episode. Have a good night. Yeah, so you know how the running joke is that my wife and I, nobody understands why we're married because there's nothing that we agree on ever.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that we just see the world differently, but we still love each other.
Opposites attract.
Opposites attract. She loves Pepsi and I love Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Again, just as simple as that. And Riley had her first taste of caramel soda. Right?
Oh, okay.
And she tried Mom's Pepsi and she didn't like it. But she tried Dad's Coke, and she likes Dad's Coke. Jokes on Gina. There was whiskey in the Coke. No, I'm kidding. But you know what I find this funny about parents? And I didn't realize this when I was a kid. But I realized this now as a parent. My wife does the same thing. Riley would say, Mom, can I have a soda? Now, we don't, she says pop. But we don't give Riley pop, right? I mean, she probably has pop twice a month, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a thing.
It's a treat. It's dessert.
Yeah. She goes, yes, but you only have Sprite, honey. Not Sprite Zero, not, something, just Sprite. And I say to Gina, well, why not give her a Coke or a Pepsi? And she goes, well, because there's no caffeine. And I said, oh, okay. And then I look at the Sprite can, and it's like 80% sugar.
Yeah, same with root beer.
And I'm like, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense, right? And then I thought about it when I was a kid. I don't know if your parents did the same thing. For a period of time, I was only allowed to drink clear soda, 7-Up, Sprite, because that was better for you.
Yeah, we were a Barks. We were a Barks root beer kind of house. No, I get you because you wanted that. If you had those Pepsi cans, those Coca-Cola cans, the name Mountain Dew, dare I say, you bring those to school. You're a cool kid in town, baby.
Yeah. I started drinking the hardcore stuff when Phantom of the Menace came out because they had the cans.